All right, guys, we're going to do real talk today. I'm going to talk about my health. So what are the few things that I have improved on? One is not just regular toothbrushing, but flossing, and also the gargling bit is important. Try to kill as much bacteria that is inside your mouth as possible, as if it builds up around your gums and all that stuff, that's bad for you, but it also impacts your intestine. So clean upper stage is going to be better for your lower stage. The other issue is, yes, I do occasionally have white hairs. I get one or two. But recently it's gotten better. Though when it comes to the wrinkles, that's bad, because for a long time I haven't done my inversion rack. Usually when I'm on the inversion rack, that helps a lot with wrinkles, and I haven't done my inversion rack in so many months. So these have come back, these horrible wrinkles, and they're just worse than usual. And then some here, but mostly these are the ones that are most obvious. What else? I'm learning to walk again. You're like, you're 40 years old. What are you doing trying to learn to walk again? Well, I've been trying to fix my bow legs for the longest time. And I've tried all kinds of things, tying my legs, the inversion rack, wearing leg weights all the time, modifying the shoes is one of the newest things that I've started doing right now. Is I've modified the shape of my shoes so that they kind of help correct and force me to walk in the correct way, as well as doing exercises. Again, ankle weights are great, but also doing specific exercises to shift the weight and strengthen the toes of the foot, because when you have bow legs, your glutes don't ever engage, and also you're always on the funny bone on the outside of your foot all the time, and your inner foot almost never touches the ground, and your toes almost never touch the ground. You're almost pretty much always on your heel and the outside of your foot. So you have to kind of like build the muscles that put you in the correct posture. And so we'll see how that goes. You're like, you're 40 years old, what are you doing? Old dogs, new tricks. But what else are you going to do, right? Then what I thought was a pain in the side that I thought could have been like an ulcer or something, possibly a kidney problem. Apparently the doctors were correct. It's not a kidney problem, and it is probably pancreatitis. How do I know? Because I pretty much removed the majority of sugar, including I don't drink soda anymore. So I'm not like drinking a Coke or multiple Cokes every day. So I'm just drinking, like, I know it's so sad. Your life becomes so sad when you're trying to actually fix your body. But the best you can do is try to fix, and the more damage is created, the more likely you're going to have like pancreatic cancer, and then you'll find yourself 6 feet under in a grave. So yeah, so I've had to cut out no more soda. Occasionally I'll have maybe like sugar water, a little bit of sugar in sparkling water to make it more like it's fizzy water. I don't know, like it's like the I don't know, soda. But yeah, mostly I'm on regular water, flat water, or fizzy water, and that's it, which is a sad thing, but what are you going to do? Especially if it's pancreatitis, the majority of the issue there is fatty foods. So if you're going to have meat, get that scalpel and remove the fat. And probably the best way is to grind your food down, because what I've noticed is if you grind up or you blend all of your food, it's easier for your system to digest it. And therefore, again, it's sad because you don't get the fun of, unless it's cheat day, you don't get the fun of actually chewing your food. You're mostly like just drinking or scooping your food like it's some kind of pudding. But yeah, that's where I'm at with my health right now. So I'm trying to eat as much of blended food as possible. Again, if you're going to blend stuff, especially fruits and vegetable, make sure you eat it right away. The longer it sits, all the nutrients go away. So again, you try your best to do what you can. Powders, like protein powders, help for the muscle building. And most likely you won't get enough out of just, beans, spinach, tofu, and all the other proteins may not be enough for your protein if you're actually trying to build heavy muscle. So you might need a protein powder. Again, if you're vegan, go vegan. If not, do whatever you want. But again, as I said before, if you're not slow cooking the fat out of your things, pancreatitis is a big deal. So all those people that are going, yeah, I'm only going to have meat from now on, just meat on meat. Well, you're just risking pancreatitis that could lead to pancreatic cancer, and then it's the end. So it's the end. It's the end, my friend. So be careful with that. Do what you can to stay healthy. But yeah, I used to have a bunch of white, when I shaved, I had like white hairs over here. Those have actually gone away. So I'm hoping that maybe this white hair that came out here, and sometimes I'll get one or two over here. Hopefully those will turn back to being the normal color, which is kind of like a brown, blackish kind of thing with a little bit of, whatever it is. Anyway, that's where we are on health right now. It's the best that I can do. I am trying to do the don't die thing, except unlike Brian Johnson and Peter Diamandis, I'm trying to do this as clean as possible without, skin creams and things. Again, as I said, to help with this, a lot of the wrinkles are caused by muscles. So I obviously smile too much. And when you use these muscles more than the opposing muscles, that also creates this. So it's not just the wrinkle itself, but it's also the muscle. So you should, or I should do this, the opposing, use the counter muscles often to create them so they're stronger. And hopefully that'll also help with that. But I'm not sure what you would do here. That's another question right there. What do you do with that? And some people have very strong here. They'll be like this all the time, maybe. Maybe you have to do this, but then you create wrinkles over there. So it's a losing game. It's a losing game. So whatever. Anyway, there are fixes for health, some natural and some more direct. My lungs are not great because I'm in California. And as usual, we spit in 3 colors here. Thanks to Gaston Newsom. They're still spraying stuff in the air, and there's weird fogs going on. So whether it's cloud seeding or whatever it is that they're doing, it ain't good. It ain't good. And so I didn't want to get into politics too much, but yeah, I think recently on LinkedIn, a couple of people, a blast from the past, asked me some questions. I think they're in different parts of the world, and they're like, should I come to America? And I'm like, no, why? Just live out of cities. Cities are the worst. If you can live in the countryside, you'll get better air and living conditions. And if you're able to find a job, it's partly remote, whatever, you'll also be able to have better work-life balance. So do that. That's also better for your stress and your health. So yeah, don't come to America. America is the worst place right now, especially if you're not somebody who is at the top of their field. If you're at the top of your field, then get a golden green card. Or yeah, I think that's what you get. Trump's latest thing is you can buy if you've got 5 mil or whatever. I'm not sure if it's 5 mil or more than that. Anyway, you can get a golden green card. That's your best way into America. If not, it's just not even worth your time, because the stuff that they build in America is bad for your health, like McDonald's. The technology is all about power sources that go boom in your face. So I'm not sure if you want to be part of that or influence that. I don't know. But it's not a free market. So my personal advice is don't come to America. It's a bad deal. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy.